Hey guys, have you ever found yourself in a situation where you need to cancel a real estate contract? It can be a stressful and confusing process, but don't worry, I'm here to walk you through it step by step. Whether you're a buyer or a seller here in California, knowing how to cancel a contract and protect your deposit is crucial. So let's dive right in. Now, first things first, let's talk about contingencies and how they fit in here. In real estate, a contingency is like a safety net that allows you to back out of the deal if certain conditions aren't met. For example, you might have an investigation contingency, which will let you cancel if the home inspection or the disclosures reveal serious issues. An appraisal contingency, which will protect you if the property doesn't appraise for the agreed upon purchase price. And a financing contingency, which ensures you're not stuck if your loan falls through. Let me give you a quick example. I once worked with a buyer who fell in love with a home, but during further inspection, we discovered major foundation problems. Thanks to the inspection contingency, they were able to walk away without losing her deposit. Imagine the stress if that safety net hadn't been there. Remember, contingencies are crucial in real estate because they give you the flexibility to cancel the contract without penalty if something unexpected comes up. Once a contingency is removed or waived, you lose that layer of protection, meaning you can't exit the contract for that reason anymore. That's why it's so important to keep these contingencies in place until you're absolutely sure about moving forward. I've got another great video that goes into more detail about contingencies, and I'll link it below. Now, what happens if the other party isn't holding up their end of the deal? Now, this is where a notice to perform comes in. A notice to perform is a formal way to say, hey, you need to meet your obligations within a certain time frame, or I'm canceling the contract. So what happens if the other party doesn't play ball? If they don't respond to this notice, you might have the right to cancel the contract and in many cases get your deposit back. But remember, timing and proper documentation are key here. Missing a deadline could cost you big time. All right, let's talk about the big one, your deposit. No one wants to lose their hard-earned money. If you cancel a contract under a valid contingency or after issuing a notice to perform, you're generally entitled to get your deposit back. But it's not always that straightforward. Both parties have to agree and sign off on the release of the deposit. Even if you're in the right, you might face challenges getting the other party to agree. This is why having everything in writing and acting in good faith is so important. Also, clear communication with your agent and the other party is key. A quick phone call or in-person conversation can sometimes resolve issues that might otherwise lead to a canceled contract. Talking is often better than texting or emailing because it allows you to address concerns immediately, clarify misunderstandings, and convey tone and intent more effectively. I've got another really popular video about avoiding conflict in real estate, and I'll link that below too. Now, you might be wondering, what does good faith really mean? Well, in simple terms, it means both parties are expected to act honestly and fairly throughout the transaction. If there's any doubt or gray area, it's crucial to consult a real estate attorney. I can guide you through the process, but I'm not a legal expert and neither is your agent. Getting legal advice can save you a lot of headaches down the road, especially if the deposit is in dispute. Now, whether you're the buyer or the seller, if you're thinking about canceling a contract for reasons outside of the standard contingencies, do yourself a favor and talk to an attorney first. If the deposit is in dispute, getting legal advice is essential to make sure the steps you take don't jeopardize your ability to keep or recover it. Sometimes both parties might agree that canceling the contract is the best option. And this is called a mutual cancellation, but remember, it's not official until both sides sign the agreement. If you can't agree, the contract stays in place and you're both still bound by its terms. In some cases, even after canceling the contract, there might be a dispute over the deposit. In such situations, the deposit is typically held in escrow until both parties can come to an agreement or a legal decision is made. This helps avoid immediate conflict while the details are worked out. If you're a seller and you want to cancel, you've got some options too, but it's a little bit trickier. You might be able to cancel if you have a contingency like needing to find a replacement property, or you issue a notice to perform if the buyer isn't meeting their contractual obligations. But as always, consult with an attorney to make sure you're on solid ground, especially if your goal is to retain that deposit. So, to recap, canceling a real estate contract isn't just about saying, I'm out. It involves understanding your contingencies, issuing notices when necessary, and often getting legal advice to make sure you're protected. Remember, your deposit is at stake, and acting in good faith is key. Have you ever had to cancel a real estate contract? What was your experience like? Drop your story in the comments below. I'd love to hear how it worked out for you. And if you've got any questions or want to see a video about any other topics, feel free to reach out. I'm here to help you navigate these tricky waters with confidence. Thanks for watching, and be sure to check out my other videos for more real estate tips.
Hey guys, for more content similar to this, smash that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.